So yeah, Peter, we've been sending out the teaser emails, first of all, to get you into the session. So I was just saying earlier on to the other guys here, we've got you here now. Now we've got to do the other side of it and go through the little bullet points that were in all of those emails, right? But hopefully you guys will have a really good session today. So
Richard did tease us a bit last week as well, though. So yeah,
he did. Right,
he teed you up beautifully for today. So
right, okay, wonderful. Well, I think if you've seen anything, you've only seen a small portion of it.
No, I did it only verbal. This is going to be much more exciting, I think, today.
Good. So there's a lot to go through today. So because of the amount of content we've got, I'm just going to try and summarize as much as possible. If you do have questions, just jot them down. And then what we can try and do towards the end, if we have some time, we'll try and address some of these questions as we're going along. Of course, if somebody's just really confused and they completely lose track of where we are, by all means, put something in the chat box or just pop your hand up and we'll just try and address it there and then.
And Zach, just before we start, just because we've got like 60 people in here, if I can just ask everyone just to mute their mic while Zach's doing his presentation, just to minimize that background noise. And then, like I said, we'll address the questions at the end.
Yeah, wonderful. So let's just cut to the chase and go straight in here. I'm just going to share my screen with you. Okay, so what we're planning on doing is essentially setting you up with a sales and success center. Now, currently you're seeing this under the FullPivot brand, and the domain is sales.fullpivot.com. We've also got it under the Eazi-Apps brand because I know the majority of you are Eazi-Apps licensees. And the Sales and Success Center is an end-to-end sales CRM designed to position you as a local expert. The platform streamlines your pipeline, it nurtures your lead with intent, and the idea is to move your leads through the funnel faster. And within the Sales and Success Center, you can see it up here, we equip you with the tools that you need to progress businesses through that funnel. So what I'm going to do is just dive straight in here, and you can see that we've got some businesses added in here. When you get access to this, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to create accounts for prospects that you're selling to. So if we look here for, let's say, you can create an account for a specific business search, and that's powered by Google, or you can create an account based on a general business category search, and you can put near me or you can put your local area. So for example, if I look for a restaurant, a very typical one, it's Esther, and if I click on that, click search, you can see that we come up with a whole bunch of search results. Now at this point, let's say if you want to target the Case restaurant in Champagne Bar, you can simply click continue. And what happens is that all the data that's sitting online is pulled directly into the CRM for you. And what it does, it fills in the business name, it drops in the categories, it pulls in the address details, the website, the telephone number, and you can then add some tags to identify that business if it belongs to a particular group or a particular business category. And you can always find out more about what this is. And then what also happens here is that we're going to allow you to offer local businesses with a local business online toolkit. And this toolkit is 5 key pieces of software that they can use out of the box without any cost at all. And at the time that you're creating a business record within the CRM, these by default are enabled. They can be disabled. There is even an opportunity to sell these free services for a small fee. And that's something that you can decide upon. But the way that we see it is that if you are able to give them something for free, it changes the conversation between that business. Then you simply click Create Account. Once you've created an account for that business, there's a few options here. The first one is where you can generate a snapshot report. This snapshot report is going to be your secret weapon. It's an incredibly powerful report, and I'll show you one that's already made in just a moment. And the reason why I'm going to show you one that's already made is because through AI, it takes about 24 hours to fully populate that report. But in the meantime, I'll click this in a moment. You can then add a contact. So who are you talking to at that business? You need a name and you need an email address. And then also what you can do is you can create an opportunity, and that opportunity will add that contact to your pipeline. And I'll go into the pipeline in just a moment. So what I'm going to do is generate a snapshot report for this business, and I'm going to click Create. Let's go back to accounts. So the business is there. You can see the Case Restaurant and Champagne Bar. What I'm going to do is have a look at the snapshot report for Eazi-Business. There's other businesses that we've been just testing stuff with in here. So this is really a dummy licensee account. Of course, when you get your own account, you'll be managing only your businesses exclusively. You won't see any other businesses within this area. If we go into Eazi-Business and if we open it up, if we go into Eazi-Business, there's a whole bunch of information here regarding campaigns, activities, what products have been activated, what proposals have been sent. And I'll cover this in a bit more detail in just a moment. If we go back and if we look at the snapshot report that I generated yesterday for Eazi-Business, you can see that a summary of that report opens up on the right-hand side. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do here. You could get a link to that report and you can share it directly with somebody. So if I click copy report URL, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it. What happens here is that the report on that business opens up. And I'm going to come back to this report in just a moment. The other thing that you can do through here is that if you click View Full Report, this is where you can edit this snapshot report for that business before you send it to them. This snapshot report is extremely powerful because what it does is that it grades that business on their activity on social media. It grades that business on their website, on e-commerce, on their search rankings, on their online listings, their online advertising, and also their reviews. This can be changed. You can move this up or down, and really you'd want the lowest scoring ones to come up at the top. What you can also do through here is that in the snapshot report, there's a bunch of videos explaining each individual section. And you can change the voiceovers for these different videos to reflect your local area. These are the ones that we've got, and they're the key ones that we'll be working with. And you can see here with the snapshot report, whilst the platform is not in different languages, we do support Czech, Dutch, French, German, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish. So let's go into the snapshot report itself. So I'm going to go back into here. This is the one that's been generated. And I'll give you a quick 2-minute overview. We could pretty much spend hours just looking at this snapshot report. If we scroll down on the right-hand side, the first thing that we see here is an overall score for the business. It's at 61%. There are clearly some key areas that need looking at. Beneath that, we can see the business's details and the data that's been pulled in from Google My Business. And then if we scroll down, So if we click on social, it just comes to this section here. It gives some insights into their visibility on social media and the actions that have been taking place on social media about that business. So the first thing it does, it shows the number of likes, it shows the industry average, it shows what industry leaders are achieving. It shows the number of posts per month. Actually, we get a grade F for that because we're only doing 4 posts per month. The industry average is close to 20 and industry leaders are close to 50. And the number of likes per post are really low here. The industry average is almost 1, industry leaders are 15. And then beneath that, it also tells you how many followers you've got on Twitter. And again, it gives similar metrics. If there isn't an Instagram profile for that business, it will tell you within this report, there's no Instagram profile. When the business owner receives this, and I'll show you how this is sent out to them in just a moment. When they receive this, the business owner can get in touch with the licensee at any time. They can do that through booking an online meeting, or they can send a message. The online meeting, this is something that's native and is built into the platform. So if I just click book a meeting, you can see here that there is a really nice meeting scheduler with different time zones automatically baked into the system. If we click send a message, they can simply fill out the form and you'll get a message regarding this. If we go to the website section, again, it's similar metrics that we're looking at here. There's a video up at the top, again, is using the accent that we selected earlier on. So this is a British accent, but you can choose one that's better for your local area. It gives some insights. There's no business address on that homepage. There is a phone number. The homepage size is reasonable. There's a video. There's a Facebook link. There's no Instagram link. There's no Twitter link. And it also looks at page speed and mobile performance. And then what it does, it grades them. The snapshot report is brutal in the way that it grades a business. It will pick out even the smallest nuances. So for example, it'll pick out the difference between road spelled R-O-A-D versus R-D. And the reason being is that we want to be highlighting these key problems to that business, and we want to be giving them grades that they should be really, really concerned about. It also goes into some more core web vitals. So it talks about the content, the interactivity, the visual stability, and it also gives a report on mobile. So 35 pass rules, 4 should be considered to be fixed, and 11 you should fix, and you can drop these down. And the system pulls all of this information automatically from one click in the Sales and Success Center. If we go down, if we click on e-commerce, again, it does the same thing. It talks about whether you have an online storefront. And by the way, any of these elements can be deactivated. So if you're talking to a business that doesn't have e-commerce or doesn't have a need for e-commerce, you can simply remove this entire section out from this snapshot report. It also looks at the SEO and it looks at the local search results. And you have an opportunity before you send this to the business to put in some categories that you want that business should be found for, and also to add some competitors so that you can do a side-by-side comparison to their competitors. In this instance, we haven't done that. So what it is doing is pulling out how this business is being found for that particular category, and is giving a grading. And it goes through the organic search terms as well, and it shows where we're ranking for these various different search terms. At the bottom of the snapshot report, there's an opportunity for the business owner to make contact with you, the licensee, at any given time through booking a meeting or by sending you a message. If you go down to listings, in this case, we've got an A. It says your business was found on Google, it was found on Facebook, it's not on Instagram, it was found on Twitter. This was actually a D. I did like 15 minutes of work last week and it's now an A. And what it does do is that it looks at the address details, the website details, missing websites, and it goes through some of the listing sites where you are being found and where you are not being found. And then it goes into the advertising section. And this is where it looks at what paid keywords that business is looking to get found for, the traffic that it's getting, and the cost. And again, it gives it another score. In this case, it's a B. And then it also looks at the review section. And you'll notice in each one of these sections, there's a beautiful video, and I'll play one just to give you a taste of what we've got here.
Did you know that 88% of online shoppers consider reviews when making a buying decision? Reviews are the deciding factor for consumers choosing between you and your competitor. Negative reviews can do serious harm if left unchecked, while positive reviews can lead to a healthy increase in your bottom line. In both cases, it is important to actively respond and manage all reviews to build the trust of your customers and keep them coming back. A good online reputation also considers how accurately your contact information is displayed and what people are saying about your business outside of reviews. But it doesn't stop there. Search engines like Google take your reputation into account when ranking your business on search results. So the better your online reputation, the better your chances are of getting found ahead of the competition. Take control of your online reputation and start bringing in more customers today.
There you go. So we've got videos for every single one of these individual sections. If the prospect that you're sending this through to wants to watch some videos and get a little bit of insight. So this is a very quick summary of the snapshot report. In the corner, it'll always have your details. It'll have your email address, and they can reach out to you at any given time. So great, we can build these awesome snapshot reports. What do we do with them? Well, if I close this off, through the system, what you'll be able to do is send email marketing campaigns to prospects that you're working with. And you'll see this envelope icon in here. And when you want to send an email marketing campaign, you can select from a bunch of campaigns that are already pre-built through here. We've got more that are coming, but these are just some examples. And if we pick one, let's have a look here. Agency's local marketing snapshot. If we click on that, you can then select who you want to send that to. So which contact within that business that you're prospecting to. And then once you've selected that, in day one, this is when the snapshot's been created. So in day one, nothing will be sent out because it takes 24 hours to compile that information. In day two, you can see that there's an automatic email that goes out. In this case, it's a complimentary reputation report for ABC Business or the business that you're sending this to. And it's a pre-built email allowing your prospect to view that report online. If we go into email 3, which is on day 9, you can see again, it'll have your contact details, your photo, your telephone number, your email address. And again, it's linking them to that particular report. If we move on, you'll see day 4. Again, it's got some more content in here. I'm not going to read it all out. And then on day 5, event 5, that's on day 23. And it's got another email that goes out. Actually, within here, there's a whole bunch of different campaigns that you can use for different use cases. So there are campaigns that are for websites and not just for snapshot reports. But I'm showing you this because we're covering snapshot reports right now. Now, the great thing about these email campaigns is that they're natively built into the system. You don't have to write them. You can edit them as you're going along, but you don't have to write them. They're pre-built. And you simply click send, and it will start that campaign with that business owner automatically. Now, what will happen at this stage is that if that business starts engaging with your email campaign, you will see it up here. you will see that they'll go from a cold lead with nothing to a warm lead, to an even warmer lead, and then to a hot lead. So what will happen is that you'll be notified when that business is ready to be contacted. The system will tell you. The system will also tell you if one of them has clicked a link in the campaign. You'll get an email to say, hey, look, a link has been clicked. You should reach out to them whilst this is top of mind for them. And you could potentially give them a call now, or you could send them an email. So it's a beautiful way to, number one, add businesses to the system, identify and build snapshot reports, send them out on automation, and track your hot leads. Now, what you can do is that with your leads, I'm just going to go straight into this. I'm sure there's some questions, but I've got a lot to cover today. You can add your leads to a pipeline. And in your pipeline, what you can do is when you add a lead, so for example, if I create an opportunity, I can choose the account. So this is the one we've just added. We can choose the products and services. So we're just going to add an item, and I'm going to choose one of those free pieces of software that make up the local business online toolkit that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to click select, add additional info, and then click create. And what will happen is that that lead will now be entered into the pipeline. And then as you move that lead over, once they become a warmer lead to a hot lead and you start communicating to them, you can start moving them over across in your pipeline. It's a beautiful way to manage all of the businesses that you're working with, and you can see at a glance where each business is within your pipeline. Within your Sales and Success Center, there's also a My Meeting section. In the My Meeting section, this is where you will be able to set up your personalized event links. So this is where people can essentially make bookings to talk to you directly through an online calendar. And by default, there are going to be a handful of these already in here. It will automatically create a handle that you can use within this meeting link. This can be integrated with Google. It can also be integrated with Zoom and Google Meet. If I go back, and anytime anybody schedules an event with you, it will show up within your scheduled events. If I just open this up, I think it should open up in a new window. Let's have a look here. There you go. And it will pull up your photo, it'll pull up your name, and straight away, if you share this with anybody, they'll be able to book meetings in with you directly through the online scheduler. If I go back to the Sales and Success Center, in here, there's also a proposal section. So if you want to send a proposal to a business, you simply click on Manage Proposals. In here, there are a bunch of system defaults that have been added, and we'll be adding more into this. But let's say, for example, you want to send a proposal for let's just pick something here, an e-commerce website proposal. You can click on that. You can open up the business that you're targeting, and you click Create. And what happens at this point is that the proposal pulls in everything. In this case, we didn't enter a contact name, so that's basically blank. It can be filled in on the right-hand side. It pulls in your details, so your name and your email address. And again, it should pull in your photo and your name and your details. And this proposal can be sent for approval. It can be previewed. And when you send it to the business owner, if I just scroll down here, you can even add elements of the snapshot report into the proposal. So if I close on this, if I click add hang on a minute, content library, you'll be able to add elements of your snapshot report into this. And then when you click send and your prospect opens up the proposal, they will be able to add comments to that proposal directly into that app on the right-hand side. So there's no passwords or anything like that. And when they do that, you will be notified by email that somebody's commented on a proposal that you sent to them. And you'll also see it up here in the top right section with an icon in here. So you'll know when a prospect is now starting to engage with the content that you've sent through to them. If I go down, I'm going to miss some sections in here, and I'm just going to go over the headline things in here. Within the resource section, this is when you go to products, this is where you will see the products that you can offer to your businesses. And you can see in the URL, it says training resources. So this is aimed at you, the licensee, to bring you up to speed with the various different products that you can offer to them. And then, of course, we've got the native products that we've had so far. And then underneath is the local business online toolkit. So I'll give you a quick view of just one of them. If we go into reputation management, and you're wondering where this sits, and I'll show you. Within reputation management, it breaks it down. It shows what the free version is and what the paid version is. I know a few of you are getting confused. I'm going to come back to this. And then within here is video walkthroughs, brochures, insights, sales decks, case studies that you'll be able to utilize when you're selling this product. So this is a really quick, short overview. There's so much more depth behind the Sales and Success Center to help you go out and prospect to businesses. Is everybody clear about what I've gone through so far? Right,
Yeah, looks great, Zach. Are you taking questions now, or do you want to?
No, I'm going to move on to the next section.
Okay, fine, no worries.
Okay, so within the Sales and Success Center, what you will also be able to do is that you'll be able to invite somebody as a user to access the business center. So let me show you the email that comes up. If I did have one, but I've closed it down. Okay, never mind. And what that means is that businesses that you're prospecting to will be able to access their own dedicated business center. So let's not get this confused. The Sales and Success Center is where you manage everything. The Business Center is where your prospects can log into to manage their business. This is a free service that you can offer to them. Now, when the business gets into the Business Center, the first thing they can do is that they can connect some of their accounts into the Business Center. So for example, they can connect up their Facebook page. They can connect up their Google Analytics. If they're on the Search Console, they can connect that up. If they've got a Google My Business profile, they can also connect that up. When that happens and they come to the dashboard, they will get metrics from all of these different sources in one place with one single login for free. And they can analyze these metrics. They can go into, they can see their recent activity for their reviews. They can see their listings. They can see the engagement they're getting through social media, through ad clicks, through website visits, the amount of reviews they're getting. And if they're advertising on Google Ads, they can see that here as well. Now, you'll recall that when we set up the business for the first time, we activated 5 products for them. What will happen when you do that is that these products will display here in one single place. And these products are incredibly powerful, and they are freemium products that you can give to your prospects for free. You see, traditionally what people do, or traditionally the way the sales process has worked, is that you contact somebody, you try and sell them something, and you hope that they buy, and you have an exchange of products and money. This is a really, really powerful lead magnet, where you're essentially saying to them, look, we can give you £1,000 worth of product for free just to get our conversation started. And for you, the licensee, it's not going to cost you anything. So let's have a look, and I'm going to do a quick preview into some of these products.
You know what, Zach, I think this is absolutely, you're absolutely right. I think this is absolutely fantastic. And for me, who's already actually had a few conversations with people, it answers that question, you know, why would I go with you instead of this, the other company? And you say, well, you know, the product aside, we're going to give you this single sign-on for free that's going to let you manage your entire online business profile. And it just kind of blows them away, to be honest.
Exactly. So with this single sign-on, let me just pull up the email that the prospect would get when you send them that campaign. Oh, download. Is it not downloading the download pictures? There we go. Hello, Tom. Hello, Zach here. Welcome to the Business Center. You have the power to access world-class products from one place. And that's when your prospect could sign in. Now, within the Business Center, remember, this is where your prospects log into. The 5 products will display here. Product number 1 is the listing builder. The listing builder is a place where a business can manage their online presence in one place. They can fix and update their listing information. They can sync their profiles, and they can create local search-friendly listings all from one place. So let's have a look at this. When they're in here, what happens? Well, the first thing is that they can edit their business profile. So if I click on that, and within their business profile, it's a single point of truth for everything that's published online anywhere. And within here, they can add their location details, they can add in their phone details, they can add in what services they offer, what other brands they operate under. They can drop in their opening hours, they can drop in their social media links, they can add in competitors, they can drop in some of their search engine information, some of their business descriptions. They can also add photos and media directly through this one single place. Now, once they're in the listing builder and they've done that, what they can do is that they can sync their listing to Google My Business and Facebook and Twitter for free. So you can see in here, we're in the listing sync, and up here, we can see that we're syncing that listing to 3 places for free. Any changes they make to their listing, if they close on a bank holiday, if their opening hours change, if they want to upload new media, when they do that in one place, it updates everywhere. There's a pro version of this as well, and I'm going to come into that in just a moment. In fact, if I just click on this, activate Listing Sync Pro. Listing Sync Pro allows the business to update their listings in a lot more places than just those 3 areas for free. So I'll give you an example. There's a whole bunch of different areas here. Now, these vary depending on country to country. So there's a version for the UK, there's a version for Australia, there's a version for international, there's a version for the US. And you can even see within here that they can update the sat-nav systems that people use within their cars so that their business is found on these sat-nav systems. They're found on Uber, they're found on TomTom, they're found on Jaguar sat-navs, they're found on BMW sat-navs. So it's a really, really powerful service for that business. Now I'm going to complicate things a little bit further here for you. So please just follow me on the first free product. In here, you can see that this is the free toolkit I was talking about. So the 5 products, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The free version doesn't cost you anything. And that's the version that they've got here. There's an option to sell it if you want, but by default, we suggest it's given free. If you want to allow them to update their listings on, let's look at the UK as an example, on 30 plus reputable listing sites in the UK, including Garmin, TomTom, and all the various car manufacturers, the cost to you is £20 per month, and you can sell it at £30 per month. That's just one example. Or you can sell it at 40, the choice is yours. Let's go back. We've got a lot of products to go through here. Everybody following me so far? The next product that we're going to look at, I'm actually going to bring this advertising intelligence down, if that's okay. We're going to next go into social marketing. Product number 2 is part of the local business online toolkit that you can give to your customer for free. So the first thing within here is that businesses can build their audience by sharing engaging and relevant content on social media. They can schedule their content in advance, and they can also see what the followers are saying about them across all the different social networks. Make sense? The first thing that they could do here is that they can connect up their accounts. So if I click on that, for free, they can connect up their Facebook account and they can connect up their Google Business Profile account. The Pro version, which is the paid version, they can connect up Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So if I click on Upgrade to Pro, it gives them a summary of what they can get. Now, within here, what the business will be able to do is that they'll be able to compose posts that are automatically published, in this case, to Facebook and Google My Business. And they can create the post, they can upload media, and they can choose to publish that at some point in the future, or they can post it now. And the other great thing about this is that there is a huge stock library that they can access directly from within the platform, absolutely free. So let's go back here. The Pro version is not just about, oops, why is this not opening? Hang on, go back, please. We were in social marketing, weren't we? The Pro version allows them beyond Facebook and Google My Business. It allows them to post to Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. They can respond to customer posts within the Pro version. So one of the customer comments on them, they can respond in one place at their single point of truth. In here, in the Pro version, they can also find local leads. So let's say, for example, it's a flower shop and somebody within a 25-mile radius of that location mentions flowers. They can be alerted to that and they can reach out to that person and tell them about their business. They can also find leads based on keywords. And they can also feed RSS content into their posts automatically. So a lot of websites have a blog, and there's an RSS feed for that blog. They take that web address, they drop it in, and anytime a new blog post is published, it shoots it out to all of their social media channels instantly. The other thing is in here that they get some insights as well. Again, the Pro version is where they can get link performance. What link performance is that if they put in a link in one of their posts, they can see how many people click that link. Hopefully that gives you a quick summary. Let's just have a look at the pro at social marketing. It's free to give away. The pro version costs you £15 per month, and you can sell it for £25 per month. Or that's just a suggested price. You can go lower. I would advise you not to, or you can go higher. The choice is yours. We've just put some figures in here as suggestions. Let's go back to the 3 other products, and I'm going to do this quite quickly. The next one is customer voice. Customer voice is a great place where a business can start generating really positive online reviews. The first thing that the business would do is that they would go into settings and they would set up their review sites that they want to collect reviews on. In here, we've already connected up Facebook and Google. If they upgrade to Pro, they can say they can connect up to 70+ sites online through the Pro version. Once they have connected this up, what they can then do is that they can import customers directly into here, or they can create a customer directly in here. And then once they've done that, they can send out review campaigns to ask that person to leave a review for their business. And if you click on preview, you can see how that looks. If they've got TripAdvisor as one of their review sites, that will show. If they've got any of the other 70+ review sites, they can choose which ones they want to display within this email. The Pro version has 40 additional customizable templates. That's awesome. The Pro version also has SMS add-ons. The Pro version can also automatically send out follow-up emails. That's pretty cool. The free version is phenomenal. It works, and it's out of the box and is ready for them to use straight away. The next product is reputation management. Reputation management is where a business can start responding to the reviews that they're collecting to engage their customers and leverage their valuable feedback to grow their business. So because I've connected up my Google My Business page and my Facebook page, I only ever have to connect it up once, by the way. It displays in all of the different applications here. There's a summary of the review summary, how many people have recommended us, the keywords that people are using in the reviews. It also tells us about our listings. Some of them are inaccurate. We better fix that. And then what they can do here is that if they click on connect accounts, Facebook and Google are free. Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn are paid versions. That's where they would need to upgrade to Pro. Well, I've said, no, I'm not sending an upgrade request just yet. Oh yeah, it does. It sends an upgrade request in this. Here you go. That blue button automatically got hit by accident. When they do request an upgrade, by the way, you, the licensee, will get that email. Okay, let's go back to reputation management. Is that what I was? Okay.
Yeah.
Through here, they can manage their reviews. So they can respond to reviews in one single place, a single point of truth for all of their reviews online across all of the different websites. They respond directly through here for free. Also, there's a review display widget, and they can take their reviews and they can have them display on their website, and it can be fully customized. That's super cool. Now, if I just scroll up here.
When you finish this bit, I've got a couple of bits to add on the reputation management.
Yeah. So they are the Pro version again. Oh, let's just click on here. Mentions. The Pro version allows them to monitor on 7 sites, checks their business listings, view their online mentions, keep track of the competition, And they can do all of this themselves through here. Now, you're probably wondering, how is a business going to manage all of this? Well, actually, you can offer in a management service. That's absolutely fine. And you can charge them for it. They can use the free services really quickly and really easily. The last one is advertising intelligence. Advertising intelligence is, first of all, if I go to settings, you can see I've connected up my Google ads in here. I don't have any Facebook ads. And then if I go to overview, the overview will display the Google search ads, display ads, Google Analytics, YouTube ads, Google Shopping ads, Gmail ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Messenger ads, audience network ads, okay? And it gives a summary here. You can see how much we're spending. They can see how much they're spending in a single login under a single point of truth, alongside all of the other free products you're offering to them out of the box. What an awesome way to get a conversation started. What an awesome way to position you as the local expert. If they click upgrade now, it gives a bit more information. If they click on that blue button, they can send you a as you can see, we've got an issue here. So it needs to be fixed. So these are the 5 key products that you can offer to them. Let me just navigate back to the dashboard. Alongside these 5 free products, if I just scroll down, businesses can also access a store. And in that store, they can see all the products that you offer. They can see that you offer mobile apps, lightning fast multi-screen websites, e-commerce, SEO, business copywriting, and the pro versions of all of these 5 products I just went through. Let's click on the first one. There's a beautiful listing that's been put together. In here, they can access the brochure, case studies. We can add videos in here as well. And they can read about that product. And you know what? There's some FAQs at the bottom. And if they're interested in that product, they can contact you. And when they do, that email will come back straight to you. Let's go back to the store. Again, if they go into lightning fast multi-screen websites, they can do exactly the same thing. They can check out the brochures, some additional PDFs here that they can download. They can click on here and view all of the various different themes that they can access. Of course, this would be for show the Eazi-Sites page and not the FullPivot. So branding will be consistent depending on the brand that you're in. And everything is in one single place. The other thing for this business is that, so let's summarize here. First of all, they get a dashboard. They get to see the metrics of their business in one place by connecting a few accounts. They see their executive report. The executive report pulls all of these metrics. It's like the snapshot report, but in a lot more depth. So it goes into SEO, it goes into reputation, it goes into all of the different ones. They get access to 5 free products. I'm sorry?
I was going to say, just to elaborate on that, I would say that the snapshot report is the point that's going to help them open that initial conversation, whereas the executive report is going to let that business see their development over time.
Absolutely. The snapshot report is a conversation starter, and that's exactly what it is. So they get their dashboard. They see their executive reports. They access a bunch of super powerful products that you can give to them for free. And if they decide to upgrade, you can make money from that. They can also access the store where they can see a list of the products that you've got on offer for them. The objective here is to make you the local expert. They shouldn't have to go anywhere else to be able to promote their business in their local area start generating more sales, and increase their revenue. All of this starts with your sales and success center, and everything is linked together. The platforms work together. The sales and success center for licensees and the business center for the end businesses that you're targeting. That's a really, really quick summary for you. I know that there'll be some questions which I'm going to answer in just a moment. I've jotted down 4 or 5 that I'm sure people will be asking. Number one, when will this be available? Well, right now we're taking the platform through a thorough test, and we're hopefully looking for an mid-August launch. The other thing is that you're probably asking, my God, there's so much here. Are we going to get some training? The answer is yes. So training will be delivered via video and live sessions that we plan on holding. And I'm sure all of you are thinking about, well, how much is this going to cost me? It looks like it's going to be a really, really expensive solution. Well, I've got some good news for you. The first thing is that for a decent period of time, we're going to make this available to you for free. Unlimited emails, unlimited email marketing, unlimited business centers that you can set up for your clients. And then further on, there'll be a minimal affordable cost. And when I say affordable, I really mean affordable. There'll be a minimal affordable cost that you'll pay to be able to have a sales and success center and a beautiful way to scale up your business. The last question is, are we going to provide marketing materials? You bet we are. We're going to provide you with all the marketing materials you need to go out and sell these products. So you're in the sales and success center right now. That's where you operate as a licensee. If we're going to customer voice as an example, or let's go into, we've done that, haven't we? Let's go into social marketing as an example. You'll actually see what the differences are between the free versions and the pro versions. In here, there are screen grabs. There'll also be case studies and brochures and videos and all sorts of different things that you'll be able to access directly through here as well. When you want to upgrade a product, so a customer says, hey, look, we love that free version, we want to upgrade, you'll be able to do this directly through here, and you'll be able to requisition an upgrade that will come straight through to us through a head office system that we've got that will alert us to the fact that you've got this customer who wants this product. Can we upgrade them? And that's how we'll be able to manage the whole system. So now what I'm going to do, hopefully, it's a lot that I've been through. I'm going to open up the floor. I'm going to have a look at the chat here. And let's just see. I'm going to go up to the very top. Dominic, thank you. Wow. Good. Okay. Sold already. Really amazing. I'm just looking for questions. I do have some client-centered questions, though. Looking forward to more discussions. Okay. I've been doing $150 to get $40 to $50. Okay. Great alternative to Hootsuite. Reviews from all sites combined in one widget. Yep. What was the need to make things so complicated and confusing? Really, it's very difficult to apprehend. I'm sorry about that. I really tried my best. Tim, I'm thinking to hook into this, the local guys business listing offering. Tim, 100%. If you're building a local app for local businesses to distribute to local people, to generate leads for yourself, this is the perfect complement tool. Can you imagine the kudos you get straight off the bat with these businesses that you're talking to say, hey, look, I'll get you into my local app. And you know what? I'm going to give you a business center, a single point of truth where you can manage your listings, your social media, you can get more reviews, you can manage these reviews, and you can get all of that in one place. And you know what? If you want additional products, you can get them straight through here. It cannot be white label for your own brands. It'll be under the Eazi-Apps brand, and it'll be under the FullPivot brand, just for those of you who are curious. And this can be applied. Can this be applied to one customer with multiple businesses or brands? Yes, it can, Mash. You'd simply open up different businesses when you create them here, and then they would each have their own snapshot reports. Can the reports be rebranded? I'm afraid not. Let me just see here. This is helpful for cross-selling products. Quite a few people are asking for me white labeled. Okay, so I've been through the chat. If anybody wants to talk up, feel free to raise your hand, and Richard can unmute you, and I can try and answer some questions for you.
Yeah, Zach, I think it's important that we've kept it as this overview today, because everybody's seen that there is a lot that's gone into this and a lot of depth to it. And I think with our partner sessions and stuff that we do, we can slowly kind of go a little bit deeper, and you're going to keep uncovering amazing tools within here. But I think actually just taking a step back and just getting the overall sort of figure of what's happening at the moment is the best way to look at it. Don't try and understand every single element at the moment.
Was that summary, just to get some feedback from anybody that was here, was that summary of what I gave, was it quite digestible? Was that something that you understood?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's good. That's good. And do you think this type of solution can help you scale your business?
This has helped me in the past. So I've been using something called Lead Gorilla and My Web Audit that is basically both of these products in one. The only difference with them, obviously, is they can be white label, but this is exactly what the network needs. And I'm stupid of not mentioned it previously before. So absolute hats off to you, because these people may not realize just how powerful this actually can be. It is absolutely fantastic. As I say, I've been paying for this with other brands, with other, third parties, but to have this all under one roof is absolutely phenomenal.
Brilliant, brilliant. It's the concept behind all of this, Ben, is to just bring everything together now into one place.
Yeah, rather than
to allow you to, exactly, lead score all the people you're talking to, automate your marketing efforts so that you simply click and go. And then you're told when somebody is actually clicking through, and you're told when they go from a cold lead to a hot lead. That's really, really powerful. And then to be able to give them products of really high value through one login at a single point of truth just gets you ahead of what everybody's doing by a mile. That's the intention here.
I've seen that already, Zach. Like I said, I've had some conversations, and it's just changed the way I've been talking to people. And it's, you can tell the excitement and kind of taken aback by the fact that you're just offering products that are going to help them. And we always talk about getting away from being a salesperson and getting into that kind of consultancy role. And this is just like a dream come true for helping you do that.
Oliver, you have a question?
Am I unmuted? Yes. Okay. I actually have a few questions, so I'll try and be quick.
Okay.
One is, can we add services that are available? For example, I'm managing your Google Business profile for you, adding video, graphics, things like that, postings.
So the store that the business owner accesses, so let me just bring this back up again. So you're talking about adding services here within the store.
Yes.
The services, when we add a service to the FullPivot brand, for example, it will show up in everybody's store, Oliver.
Okay.
So where we see a fit for services that anybody can go out and offer, or where there could be potential collaboration between other members of the network to fulfill that, there's an opportunity.
Got it.
All of this has been designed for scale. So we're starting with the free services, but there could be blog writing services, and everybody can start promoting that. There could be social media posts. And the thinking here is that either the fulfillment is done through us, but of course, we can't do everything. And that's just me being truthful to you. But there could be elements of collaboration between the network as well. And I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Here. But yeah, that's where we're at.
So it's definitely a possibility if there's agreement among licensees.
It's a possibility, yes.
Okay. Okay. The business center that you showed us, Zach, is that, how do you suggest we offer that freemium service? Is it after they buy something from us, or as part of the sales process? Do they sort of buy into it and say, yes, I want more?
Okay, so the first thing is the snapshot report.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the beginning of your conversation. So right now we're building out a marketing hub that will complement what we're doing here, with letters and emails and telephone scripts and pitches and all of that stuff. The snapshot report is your lead gen.
Okay.
It's your secret weapon in all of this, because there's not a single report I have seen anywhere in the world that is as comprehensive as and in-depth as this. And that's to start engaging with that prospect. Once you have that conversation with that prospect and they're showing some interest, at that stage, you can offer them a single login for a single point of truth for their services. There's an opportunity to charge them for this.
Yes.
That's up to you. I think that the way you position yourself and leapfrog ahead of what everybody else is doing is saying, hey, look, we're going to give you some of this stuff for free.
Mm-hmm.
And actually what you could do is you can say, we'll give it to you for free for a period of time. That's also another option. And they can start using it. And then that opens the door to say, look, it's not going to cost you a penny. I'm going to show you how to sync your business with all the online listings everywhere with one click. And I'll come down and I'll spend some free time with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got a really captive audience. In the meantime, you've got the email marketing running in the background. So I'll give you an example here. If I share my screen one more time, the email marketing is not just about snapshot reports. The email marketing is about customer acquisition. So that's snapshots, so getting them interested. The email marketing, there are aspects of it that are for customer conversion to get them from a free service to a paid service. So I'll give you an example here. If we go into a campaign and let's have a look at social marketing. So that's one of the free products. So if we look here, social marketing, that's the business center where businesses log in. You can start a campaign on getting started with social marketing with 6 pre-built emails that you can just trigger and they can start getting sent, and you're inviting them to connect their social accounts in the business app, in the business center. So there's a whole bunch of campaigns here that will supplement that initial contact that you make through that snapshot report, which is a brutal report, because what you want to do is you want to highlight the problems that Cobley Transport is facing.
Yeah.
Cobley Transport, it's got 29%. They've got some serious problems going on here. Like they're getting C's, D's, and F's. If you got that at university, you get thrown out.
Yeah.
These can be reordered, obviously. And it's a brutal report, right? So it really digs in and tells them that, and you want to tell them, Mr. Cobley, I'm afraid to tell you this, but you have got some serious problems. And actually, we've been looking at your competitors too, because within the snapshot report, you can add competitors and you can do a side-by-side comparison. So yes, the business center is what you would progress to once you've used the opener of that snapshot report. That's giving them a brutal assessment of their business and highlighting some real key issues. And then you're moving on to saying, look, I can help you. We've got a local business online toolkit, and we're here because we are ready to support local. That's what we do. And how that is sliced, in my opinion, I think it should be free, because you'll always have their attention. They'll always have some questions. And at some point, they'll want to upgrade or take another product. That's beautiful. And those products can grow over time. But hopefully that answers your question.
That's what I was going to say, Zach. At the very least, even if they don't buy an app or a website or SEO from you, they take those, they appreciate you as an expert. And if they start going and using those products and they decide to upgrade, you're going to make money anyway, even if they go to the pro version and you don't manage it for them. So there's a clear path for that and a good value.
Yeah. Final comments from me, because I don't want to take up everybody's time. Okay. One, congratulations. This is unbelievable. Something with former employers and friends we've been talking about for 25 years. So just bring it all together. And my second point is the simplicity of it. In my experience, since joining, a lot of people are just fed up with the complexity of managing Hootsuite and managing ads on Facebook, and they've pulled away from it. So I really like how you've kept things as simple as you could. So congratulations to you and the whole team. It's awesome.
Thanks, Oliver. Zach, you're on mute.
I'm on mute. Sorry, my kid was coming home and he makes a racket when he does that. Are there any other questions here that I can try and answer?
Zach, yeah, just a comment. While you've been sat talking, I've just been texting people and they're biting already. So
right, okay,
this is great.
Brilliant, brilliant. Can I just unmute Andreas as well?
Where are you, Andreas?
Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, Andreas.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you, Zach. This was really great. I mean, I have a quick question. I understand, because I'm probably the newest member in this group. This snapshot report we're talking about websites, correct?
The snapshot report
everything
will give a summary. So let me, just for those of you who didn't catch this, I'm going to go back.
Is the entire online visibility?
Yes. I'm talking regarding a client that probably doesn't have a website at all, but has already a mobile app. And
yeah, so the snapshot report covers these areas. Their online listings. How are they performing on all of their online listings? So on Google My Business, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on SiteClicks, on business.com, all of these places. How are they performing with their reviews? How are they performing on social media? How are they performing on website? It analyzes their websites. How are they doing with e-commerce and their SEO and their advertising? And actually, if you prospecting to somebody and you know that they're never going to use e-commerce, it doesn't fit their model, what you can do is, if I go back here, if I click on this report, so I'm in the Sales and Success Center, this is your area, and we click View Full Report. What you can do is, there's some things you can remove letter grades, you can show secondary, you can remove images, and you can disable. So let's go to e-commerce, and you can just switch it off. And now that we've switched it off, if we go back and if we refresh this, it's gone. Right? So this can be customized for that business. But really, all businesses should be thinking about all of these areas.
Yes, yes. No,
does that answer your question?
Yes, understood. Yeah, I mean, how I see it is that we differentiate ourselves from companies that they say to the clients that we do all these things, but the client just is given a number to pay and doesn't know how this company is doing it. And we're giving them a report. We give them access to some tools to check themselves first.
100%. 100%. Look, there'll be some businesses that you set this up for. So in the business center,
yeah.
And they'll say, you know what, guys, I make pizzas. I don't want to, how do I connect up my Facebook? I don't know. I can't even remember my passwords. And
yeah.
Well, actually, this is an opportunity for you to step in
and
become that local expert, understand the products. And we're going to give you some training on these and saying, you know what? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to connect up some of these for you. I'll have a sit down with you. Maybe you charge them, maybe you don't. But the whole point of all of this is to say, right, there's a single point of truth. It's one dashboard. You only connect up Facebook once and it works across everything. You only connect up Google My Business, it works across all the products. You only connect Google Ads, it works across all the products. So these are all interlinked.
So lastly, how, for a company that we haven't got in touch with hardly any clients yet, how do you say we campaign that in terms of breaking that ice and talking to new clients that we're offering this as part of getting in? I mean, like offering it from up front.
That is a brilliant question. And actually, when you're starting to send content to a prospect, you want to know who you're sending that to.
Yes.
So you're not just going to go and find a business in the Sales and Success Center and then start prospecting to them without them ever hearing from you. So what we're doing right now is that we're constructing letters that you can even send to them in the post, if that's one medium that you want to use. Other ways that we're going to be going through in our marketing hub is how you find contacts at marketing events, at business networking, and you can use the snapshot report as your hook. You can use the business center as your hook, but they are powerful hooks, very, very powerful hooks.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. So, because a snapshot report expires in 7 days. So what I mean is, it won't keep updating in the background if they make changes, right? So the snapshot report, when you send that, really you only ever want to run it once, and you want to run it as a conversation opener. And then once they're in the platform, in the business center, so if I go into here, once they're in here, they will never need their snapshot report again because they've got an executive report. That's a snapshot report on a whole new level. It gives so much more in-depth analysis behind that business. Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
I've got a question. Sorry, my functionality isn't available. Yeah, well done. This is really, really great. I mean, I use the free SEO audit in essence as a conversation starter, and I think that this brings a whole lot more together for somebody who is always wanting to manage Google My Business, then go into this other site, and people, it's tough enough for myself. Now I can imagine for somebody who's actually not interested in that. So it's really, really great. I just have two questions. The first one is, so I know, so when people request a service, it goes to the licensee. If the licensee has got some employees, are you able to shift that so that it can be able to go to a person that is?
So each account that we'll set up will be for one user. And then additional users will cost. So it'll be a very similar model to when you take a subscription with any SaaS software, where you pay on a per user basis. But let me put this into context. If you upgrade one business, that'll more than cover, if upgrade one business for these free services, so let me go into here again, that we're planning on making positioning is that covers you for your costs on that side. Okay. So it's done on a per user basis. Hopefully that answers your question.
All right. And then the second question, the great thing about this is that, and I wrote this in the chat, that it can possibly also replace the need for even capsule as
100%. This is capsule on steroids.
Yeah.
I mean, capsule is, it's kind of, it'll just slip out the back once you start using this.
Sure. And I mean, obviously, I know obviously a lot has gone into developing this, but I just want to know, because I can see, obviously, I see there's...
just to interrupt you, we've done a collaboration, guys, okay? So rather we be upfront about what we're doing here, but yes, continue.
Okay, cool. So in short, especially around like email, so having a single point where when you're talking to a customer, you're able to always keep track of that, even with a project, once people have bought certain services, being able to see that in a very single space for that specific customer and all their documents and stuff. So whether it's an email that I send out to my normal Outlook, it still pops up in a
the note section in here. So you can BCC an address and have it dropped in here. So let's say if we're looking at Eazi-Business as a prospect, you can see all the campaigns that have been sent out to that business. Okay. You can go in, you can stop any campaign if they're ready to sign and you think, you know what, I just don't want to be right. We're now onto conversion point. You can do that. You can see any opportunities that are showing up in your pipeline in one place. You'll be able to see the active products that are here. Okay, you'll be able to see reports or proposals that you sent to them in one place, and you'll be able to see your tasks and you'll be able to add notes. So yes, it is one place to manage everything.
Thank you. Awesome, thanks.
Any other questions? Yeah, I can see that Sean has got a question.
Sean and Dominic.
Hey, yes, can you hear me?
I can, Sean.
Okay, hi Zach, hi everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you for asking. I just wanted to know, like Zach, if we add more local businesses in our in this platform, so can we send them those sales and marketing emails as already templated?
Yeah, they're ready to go. So I'll show you once again.
Sean, it's unlimited. You can put unlimited accounts in there. You can send unlimited emails.
Oh, that's
great.
See,
here's Cobbly Transport. So this is a prospect that Mash pulled up when we were having a discussion. Mash Patel is here, I believe. And you'll be able to set up a campaign and you'll say, okay, so I've had a discussion with Cobbly Transport. And now what I want to do is I want to send them an email to get into the business center. Okay. Here it is. You don't have to craft it out. You just click send. Okay. Or you could say, you know what? They are really interested in reputation management. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to send them 4 emails on reputation management. And they're beautiful emails. They've been constructed properly. And they're ready and they're out of the box.
That's good. And
hopefully that answers your question.
Same email as much in one click, or we have to go one by one to everyone?
No, you click on a contact and you click start campaign.
Okay.
And on day 1, it'll send this email. On day 2, it will send that email. On day 3, it will send this email, and so on and so forth. So it's, you pull up the business details, you click on that icon, you select the campaign you want to start. If they've got more than one contact, they will all display here, and then you hit start.
All right.
And when they start engaging, this one got a single flame because Mash, I sent him a login to the business center where the end business will log in, and it's got a flame. I knew exactly when Mash clicked on that. And in fact, if I look in my inbox, I can see here, let's have a look here. A user clicked on a campaign. And in fact, if I go down, if I look here, there was one from, here's one, hot lead. So John, that's my name. I'm a licensee. I'm coming in under the guise of John. Richard Damon from Eazi-Business was browsing the Snapshot report, and they've asked for your help in finding the ideal products for your business. So all of the triggers are all built in to alert you. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you. And my last question is how do we access to this platform? Through CSM?
So what will happen is that once we've taken it through testing, we'll be back in touch with the network, and we'll be advising what the onboarding process is, and we'll be detailing everything for you. So we're hoping to do that in August. So in 5, 6, 7 weeks, something like that. But it's imminent. We want to get this out as quick as we possibly can.
That's great. Thank you, Zach.
You're welcome. Dominic, you had a question?
Yeah, just a really quick one. Obviously, there's 5 products that people can upgrade to, and in an ideal world, you'd want your clients to upgrade to all 5.
Correct.
Would there be a bundle pricing for those sort of, if they took 3 or 5?
So what we can do here, Dominic. So here are the 5 products: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here are the costs. So you make £20 a month here. You can make £20 a month on this one. You can make £10 a month there. You can make £10 a month there and £10 per month there. That's what, about £80 a month, something like that, if they wanted to upgrade on all 5. What we can do, and in fact, we will do this, is that in the store, we're going to create what we call the Local Business Online Toolkit. And that Local Business Online Toolkit, when we click on it, it will show all 5 products up at the top. And they can contact you for 1 quote for all of it.
Right. Cool.
And you can give them 1 quote. So yeah, we will be creating that. That's a really good question.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Any other questions?
There's been quite a few questions on the chat. I'm just trying to rattle through them all.
Just ask them for me. Will there be social media templates to get prospects to access the center? We are creating a bunch of social media content for you through a new launch we've got. I don't want to complicate this too much, through our marketing center, through our marketing hub. So potentially, yes.
So Andreas is just asking if emails can be white labeled.
Yeah, emails will be your email address. So when you send an email marketing campaign, that marketing campaign will go out from your email address. So you can see here, I'm the licensee, John Doe, and I sent this to Zach Dowd.
Well,
Sorry, it's confusing, but it came from my Gmail address.
But just to be clear, Andreas, it will be FullPivot or Eazi-Apps branded.
Correct.
We're only offering that at the moment. Joyce was asking about importing contact details for the automation email campaigns. Obviously said that
no, so this doesn't work like MailChimp. It doesn't work like Constant Contact, where you can pull in 1,000 email addresses and start banging out content to them. All of this is tailored around specific targeted marketing to a prospect that you've already had a discussion with.
Yeah.
And you know the person's name and you know their email address.
Yeah.
If you want to do mass marketing to a whole bunch of emails and you want to maybe buy a list, or you're creating a list in whichever way you want, I would never recommend you buy a list, by the way, so don't do it. But that's not what this is. This is about taking key prospects. Maybe you meet them at a business networking event, giving them a snapshot report of their business, giving them access to the business center and saying, hey, you know what? This is what we can do for you. We can even activate some products for you without cost to get you started, to show our commitment to you.
Yeah. So we'll just rattle through these. We're doing like another couple of minutes of questions or something, because time is getting on. So Jim's just saying, in campaigns, can we assign different response emails to different companies? So we add them as users within those companies and they receive them. Is that right, Zach?
Yep. So when you set up a campaign to a business, you can decide which contact in that business you want to send a campaign to.
Yeah. So Marshall's saying, by searching for the business, it mines their email. Yes, it does. It gets whatever is off the web for that business, essentially. You can then manually add any additional emails that you want.
Well, it doesn't mine their emails. I'm sorry. If the email is available publicly, yes, but actually what you'll have to do is find that contact. You'll have to know who you're talking to, and you have to get their email address from them. And then you can open up conversations like that.
Ideally, it should always be directly with the business.
This is not a blind marketing solution en masse. This is a highly targeted system designed to generate hot leads for you and for you to identify them when they're going from cold to hot. That's the difference. Hopefully that answers your question.
Ed's just asked, is the ultimate goal of this to upsell them to a website, app, or high value service? That's, obviously the end target, isn't it? I think, because that's where we're going to make more money. But at the very least, if they don't take that, you can still make money off these freemium to premium products.
But absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
All our products would be available there in their business center under the store, so they could go in. They can look that you sell a website, they can see the benefits, they can see case studies, and they can inquire about those products with you. That's obviously the kind of clear upgrade path that we're looking to do. Few more
Oliver
there.
has asked, can we get premium pricing to start thinking about bundles, etc.? Was it £20 per channel? So I'm assuming you're talking about the cost of these. So when we release this, we will be releasing a price list. No doubt some of you have taken a screenshot of this. It may change, but this is broadly where it's going to be. But actually within this price list, just to let you know, it covers the local online business toolkit, but is also covering your mobile app offerings. So this is going to be the new revision of the current price list. It also covers the websites. It also covers your SEO products. It'll also cover the add-ons. I'm not going to touch on this for now.
That's fine.
Additional add-ons for different products. I'm not going to touch on this for now. And additional resources.
I think we've been into a lot of detail already today. So just to kind of wrap things up, I think we should stop with the questions for today and let everyone just digest it a bit. Chris, you were going to offer some thoughts just before we wrap things up today.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, sorry, I've got on too late. I was on a long call with the customer. I do apologize. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good.
Yes,
thanks.
very good.
Looks
thanks.
very interesting. Yeah, no, looks very interesting, and more along the lines of what I've been seeing that's needed. So,
brilliant.
I will have a look at the podcast when you release it. So
yeah, thank you. We'll be having more sessions like this to get people on board.
Other Chris, we hear from you.
Chris Woods, you wanted to say something? Chris Woods, by the way, everybody, is a very close personal friend of mine. He has, Chris, we can't hear you, by the way.
I haven't got audio.
He worked at a digital marketing company. He's done a lot of work for us in the past, and we reconnected after a very, very long time yesterday. And I asked him to come in and join in on this session. So hi, Chris, thanks for coming along. We haven't learned to lip read yet.
No,
because there's no sound. Maybe. Okay, that's fine.
No problem.
Any final questions? It's coming up to an hour and a half, so maybe a couple of more minutes, and I can try and. I think somebody had their hand up. Did they?
I think we've pretty much covered everyone. To be honest, Zach, we've been doing them obviously live and in the chat at the same time.
Wonderful,
so,
wonderful.
I think we just let everybody digest this a little bit for today. I'm going to put the recording up as soon as we possibly can. If we can get it up this afternoon, then great, but it takes a little bit of time to just process. If not, it'll be first thing tomorrow morning, Saturday, Monday morning, and that'll be going into the academy to rewatch. If you're desperate to rewatch it this weekend, drop me an email directly and I'll send you a private link.
Yeah. And on a final parting note as well, guys, our mission statement here is to help entrepreneurs build successful, thriving businesses. That's what started up this whole opportunity that we've got here. I know that there are times that we could have done more. There's times that we've maybe exceeded your expectations, but as an organization here, we're absolutely committed to continuing to improve what we've got and to scale up everything to give you maximum opportunity. And thank you to all of you for being part of the network.
Zach, should we try Chris again before we go? He's joined in on his phone now, I think.
Hey, Chris.
Although he's on the phone.
Are we hearing me now? Do I have audio? Right.
We are.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, look, as guys here may know from Zach's talk through, I'm not a licensee. I'm kind of tagging you on the side, but I wanted to drop in a congratulations, collaboration or not. It looks really exciting, and a lot of the stuff you guys are bringing in data-wise there. Trust me, from big agency side, working with Seismic and Salesforce and lots of others. There are all kinds of hidden costs and complications to bring in that amount of data on one business, let alone many. So I think to be able to offer it as competitively as you are is superb. One of the questions that seemed to keep coming up quite a lot, and actually it was answered quite recently there, was kind of how to position this product. I just want to offer a thought here from a big agency standpoint,
Please.
Where you have clients who are paying, significant amounts of money for management, consultancy, strategy. Those clients more than ever are absolutely insisting on the transparency on what is happening with all of their services. Now, one of the angles I'd argue is a really strong one to take on something like this is that business center where they can see what's happening, the reputation management, the social media scheduling and posts and everything else. That doesn't mean they have to deliver it for themselves. If you are offering a full service marketing suite, for example, giving them access themselves to this business center, as well as being the person managing the campaigns, for me, looking at the market as it stands now, holds tremendous value in a sense that they love to be able to see what's happening. Imagine a client, in those early months where their comfort level with you is rising. They can go into that business center, they can check into the social media section, and they can actually see for themselves which posts you have scheduled on their behalf, which blog posts have been entered, etc. How their SEO rankings have improved. It's as much a case of that transparency and showing them what's being done as well as everything else. And I think that a way to position that simply on top of your relationship services or whoever else you're positioning your business is a hugely strong part of the process. I don't think for many of them, they're going to want to take that on themselves, but they're going to want to be able to see directly the amount of work, effort, and a tangible result for what you're doing on their behalf. So I think personally, even if you just use it for that purpose, there's an enormous strength in that. And if they want to jump in and post something themselves, they know that control of their brand and their accounts hasn't been entirely handed over to a third party.
So like a full done for you service.
Exactly. They can still see, they can still do their own things on top of it. They don't necessarily feel like they just handed you the keys and walked away. So the way that relationships are progressing now in the digital landscape, even at a very high end, I think there's value in that proposition as well. So just something for everyone to consider, because I saw there were a few questions there. But personally, look, I've seen some of the really high end things available right now, and actually, I'm really impressed how much information is being condensed there and how concisely it's being presented, which I think is really one of the more impressive parts of that functionality. So yeah, well done, guys. It's really impressive.
Thank you. Chris Woods, by the way, is you can find him on LinkedIn. He's worked in marketing for many years. He's a real expert in his field, and a great guy to know. So if you ever want to do that, by all means, we've done a lot of work with him in the past. He's helped us create some content as well.
Thanks, Zach. Good to be back in touch. Really pleasure, and to see all your network ease as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, guys, I think we've covered quite a lot here. Hopefully we'll be able to collaborate more on all of this. And if you have any feedback, please do share it. And you know what, we'll be in touch, and our intention is to get this rolled out as quick as we can. Okay.
Thanks, Zach. Could I just ask one very quick question that's not related to that? But
Angela,
first of all, I'd like to say
you can.
Thank you for a great presentation, and again for giving us more support and assistance with the business. At the moment, how long is the publish time for iOS and Android apps?
Do you know what? You're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
I'll ask you to reach out to support. Minty can help you because she heads up the app review and publishing program.
I can grab that one, Zach, very quickly. I mean, we always advise 3 weeks to give us that extra buffer, so you always under promise to deliver. However, in a realistic scenario with Apple, generally it's about 5 working days at the moment. But it does depend on how many apps they've got in the queue and things like that. We've seen them go through in 3. We've seen them go through in 2 weeks.
That's fine. I just want to plan a launch date, but I want to work back and make sure I'm not cutting myself too fine.
Yeah, just give yourself that extra bit of space.
Yeah. One last point before we go. It's been 1 hour and 35 minutes, so this is the last point. You're all going to have to upskill, and you're going to have to get, if you want to leverage these new solutions, you're going to have to become experts in what you do, because there's a lot of value in being that expert for local businesses. They need it. They desperately need it. They're jumping around from vendor to vendor, trying to do things themselves with 50 different logins. It's a big problem for them. Actually, you become the local expert. You'll pole vault over everybody else in your local neighborhood that's trying to offer something along these lines.
A lot of the time, they just generally don't know what's going on. So it's great to be able to give them something.
I feel like that sometimes. Guys, thank you very much for attending today.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot. You all have a great day. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much. Enjoy your weekend, guys.
Thank you.